Hello guys, welcome to our tutorial of PostgreSQL. In this tutorial we'll be talking about primary keys and foreign keys. Primary key basically indicates that a column or a group of columns, basically they can be used as a unique identifier for the rows in our table or for the data in our table. So this requires that the values are both unique and null. So we learned both unique and not null constraints in the previous tutorials, but to club up these attributes, there is one feature known as primary key that is very important concept in the field of databases. So we will be learning how to create a primary key on our row. So first of all, we'll be creating the products table again. That is, I'll be adding a table that is create table products. Then we will be having a product number that will be acting as a primary key. So this here declares the product number as a primary key. This means that the product number has to be unique for each product and it cannot be null. So primary key defines that it uniquely identifies each product. Next I have the name as a text, and next I will be having price of numeric type. So this is it for our table. Suppose we wanted to add a couple of primary keys, that is a combination of product number and name as the primary key. So we could also do it by this way, that is we have to mention primary key here and we will mention the name and the product number, and we would not need primary key here. Then we would just need integer here. So this indicates that the primary key is made up of two rows, that is this. So we will not be using two rows here or two attributes. I will be just adding a primary key to the product number column, and you could see that it returned successfully. Next I'll be entering some data into it. For this I can enter the graphical one because now I have the primary key, so you could use this too. So I will be entering 1 and soap, and price will be 50. Now I will enter 1 again and you would see that I get an error when I enter, that is anything that is hello, and you see that I have this error: duplicate key violates unique constraint product's primary key. So you see that I get an error: key product number is equal to one that already exists, so I cannot enter one more product that has the same product number as this. So I have to enter 2 and enter hello, and I'll enter 100, and you see that it successfully enters. So this is the role of a primary key in our table. Usually in a relational database management system, uh, there is a constraint or there is a restriction that you have to have a primary key for each and every table, but PostgreSQL, it does not enforce it to you that you should have a primary key in your table, but it should be a good practice to enter primary key for your table. So for example, if we have a username in our database, so if a user has lost his password and we need to reset their password, so we need to have a unique identifier to identify each and every user and reset their password. So here username would be the primary key. So you could just visualize what is the concept of primary key and how is it used. This is the very important concept of database management in any of the databases. So next we would be talking about foreign keys. So a foreign key is basically a constraint that specifies the value in a column that must match the values of another column that appears in another table. That is, suppose I have a product number here and then I have another table that has a product number. So that product number should be equal to this product number so that there is a referential integrity between our tables, or this table can be linked to that table. So we could I'll be showing you it with an example, the usage of a foreign key. So a foreign key can be basically used in this way. so that we have same values in both the tables, and that table can be linked to each other. So for the foreign key, I'll be just creating one more table so that you could see one more example of this foreign key would be that for example, if we have an orders table, so like we would like to have orders for only those products that we have in our database or that are available to us. So for that we'll be using the concept of foreign key. So I will create a table orders that indicates the orders. Next I'll be creating the orders table, that is create table orders, and I have order ID, that would be the primary key for this table. Next I'll have the product number. Now remember, product number was there in the products table also, and this would be the same as that of the products table, so that we have a referential integrity between our tables, so that that value could be matched with this value, and we could compare those values, and we could literally link these tables and create joins that we'll talk about later, and we could just relate these two tables with each other. So this is the basic concept of foreign key, that is relating two tables with each other. So this is the way we create a foreign key, that is products and product number. So this statement basically tells that product number, that is the primary key in the products table, should be the foreign key, or the product number here, it references the primary key of the products table. So this becomes the foreign key here. Next we have the quantity of integer type, and I missed integer here, integer. So that's it, and you would see that it returned successfully. So now it is impossible to create an order without a product in our entry that we don't have. So I'll be showing that to you in a while. So for example, I'll be using the GUI to enter it. So for example, I have two products now, that is a soap and a hair product. So now I want to order a soap. So you would see that I go to orders and I write that is order ID should be anything, and a product number is 1 for a soap, and I want two soaps. So this creates a soap, order for a soap. So next thing you would see is that I had two products here, that is a soap and a hello, with product number 1 and 2. Now suppose I'll make an order that has a product number 3. Now you would see that this thing is not possible at all. Now suppose I enter an order ID of 2 and I enter a product ID of 3. That does not exist at all in my products table, and you would see that I get an error, that is insert or delete or update on table order violates foreign key constraint order product. So you would see that an order would never be created if I don't have the product available in stock. So this is how our database is managed. So you would see that this does not create. So what I will have to do is I have to create it as 2. Now I have a hello product as product number as 2. So you would see that this creates successfully. So that is the use of a foreign key. So now suppose we want to allow that orders should possibly contain many products again. So we will create another table for that, that is order items. That is, suppose if we want that in an order it should be a cart type, or in an order a user can order many products. So for that we will create another table, uh, and we would be deleting or altering the order table. In this case we won't refer this, so I'll create the order table once again for you. So first of all I'll be creating the table orders, that is create table orders, that is order ID integer type, that is the primary key. And next I'll be having a or an address that is of a text type. So that's it for this table. Next I'll be creating an order items table, that is create table order items, that is product number. Now you would know what is product number here. That is the same product number as that of the products table, and it is a foreign key. Reference is products of product number. Next I have an order ID. Now you would know what is an order ID. That is for primary key of the orders table. Now you could see that we can have multiple foreign keys in a table. Next I have quantity, that is of integer type, and I will make a primary key of both product number and order ID as a constraint. So a combination of product number and order ID would be giving my primary key. So as you could see that this is successfully created. Now an order item could not be created until and unless an order is created, and it could not be created until and unless we have a product available. So you could just check it once again, like suppose if I have to refresh this. Now you could see I have products, that is one soap and two hello. Next I have created order. I have created another order, that is suppose order ID is 1 and shipping address is Delhi. Second, suppose if order ID is 2 and shipping address is Kolkata. So now I have two orders and I have two products, and you would see here that if I enter a product number, that is 1, that is for soap, and oh, that is null. Okay, and you would enter an order ID, that is 1, and you would enter the quantity. That means that order ID is 1, that is user number 1 entered for product. They demanded for product number 1 of quantity 2. Now suppose order number is again 1 and product number is 2, and that is 3. Now you would see that order ID here is 1, that is for one user, and he entered both the products now, and you could see that it creates a cart now. Now suppose if I have a product number that is 3 and order number that is 3, you will see that it is an error, that a foreign key is violated. So in the next tutorial we'll be making an even more stable version than this one. So stay tuned and subscribe for more.